Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by Liberty Times, the Norwegian shipping company Stolt announced that its chemical tanker, the Stolt Magnesium, caught fire after an explosion caused by an unknown external device on Tuesday. The incident occurred in the Arabian Sea, approximately 40 nautical miles northeast of the Omani village of Kolhat, while the ship was sailing near the coast of Oman. Fortunately, the engine room fire was contained, and all crew members escaped without injury. This attack marks the third incident involving vessels in the vicinity of the Strait of Hormuz on the same day. Earlier, two ultra-large crude carriers, the Mombasa B and the Al-Bahia from the United Arab Emirates, were struck by Iranian missiles while transiting the Strait of Hormuz, resulting in the tragic death of one crew member. The consecutive strikes have raised significant concerns over maritime security and shipping safety in these critical global energy corridors. According to CBS News, Federal Reserve Chairman Kevin Warsh pledged to combat inflation during his first congressional testimony before the House Financial Services Committee. Warsh emphasized that the Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC, has no tolerance for persistently elevated inflation and is fully committed to restoring price stability and bringing inflation back down to its 2% target. However, he declined to comment on future interest rate paths. This testimony followed government data showing that the annual inflation rate slowed to 3.5% in June, down from the previous month, but still above the Fed's target. A global energy shortage triggered by the war in Iran had previously driven prices up, resulting in a three-year high in May. While some policymakers previously favored raising rates, June's cooler-than-expected CPI print has shifted expectations, with CME Group's FedWatch tool showing an 86% probability that the central bank will hold interest rates steady at its next meeting. Additionally, Warsh addressed concerns regarding the Federal Reserve's independence, affirming his commitment to maintaining its autonomy regardless of political pressures or disagreements with the Trump administration. According to a report by Al Jazeera, 9 European Union nations have officially urged the bloc to cut funding to major sports governing bodies, including the International Olympic Committee, IOC, over their decision to readmit Russian and Belarusian athletes. In a letter addressed to EU Commissioner Glenn McAuliffe, the countries Estonia, Denmark, Finland, Latvia, Lithuania, the Netherlands, Poland, Romania, and Sweden called for the exclusion of these organizations from the EU's Erasmus Mundus and other financial support programs. Other targeted bodies include World Aquatics and the International Fencing Federation. This collective push follows the IOC Executive Board's decision to provisionally lift its suspension of the Russian Olympic Committee, declaring previous restrictions no longer applicable. The 9 EU nations strongly criticized this move, arguing that allowing Russian and Belarusian athletes to compete ignores the harsh realities faced by Ukrainian competitors who are displaced, enlisting, or unable to train under equal conditions. They emphasize that sports cannot be separated from politics while the war continues, urging the EU to leverage its financial support to uphold human rights and peaceful international relations. According to CBS News, the U.S. government has implemented new travel restrictions under Title 49 authority, requiring U.S. citizens who have visited the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, to spend at least 21 days in another country before they can board a commercial flight back to the United States. This decision, based on updated guidance from Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy, Jr., comes amid growing concerns about the spread of Ebola into the western part of the DRC, indicating that the disease is no longer confined to the country's eastern region. non-U.S. citizens with recent travel to the DRC were already barred from entering the U.S. The World Health Organization has reported nearly 2,000 confirmed cases and over 700 deaths in the country. The U.S. State Department is currently coordinating with about 24 affected Americans to assist with their mandatory waiting period, while the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention plans to conduct medical assessments. Last week, a U.S. citizen working as a humanitarian in the DRC tested positive for the virus. According to a report by Al Jazeera, a World Health Organization (WHO) official has warned that the actual number of Ebola cases in the Democratic Republic of the Congo (DRC) is likely at least double the official count. While the WHO has confirmed 1,963 cases and 719 deaths, modeling suggests the true scale of the outbreak could be 2 to 4 times higher, primarily because many deaths occur at home rather than in medical centers. Compounding the crisis, healthcare workers at the outbreak's epicenter in Ituri province are threatening a total strike over unpaid salaries and bonuses. Doctors at the Rampara Treatment Center expressed dedication to their oath, but noted they have been working under extremely difficult conditions without pay for 2 months. The Congolese health minister acknowledged the delays, attributing them to payroll verification issues. This ongoing 17th epidemic is driven by the Bundibugyo strain of the virus, for which there is currently no approved vaccine or treatment. Though clinical trials are underway, the virus has also spread to neighboring Uganda, where 20 cases and 2 deaths have been recorded. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.